Don't ask me why I did that, because I do not know why. Do not ask. Alright, drag you guys over here. What's up, everyone? How you doing? 5 minutes to go. Let's take a look at what's going on here. How y'all doing? Drag you guys up here so I can see the chat. There we go. How's the volume, guys? All good? Why did you remove? What are you talking about? I didn't remove shit. Alright. The Demon Dagger. Do you reckon that's the game mode? Demon Dagger? Like the seasonal event? Kind of like a Halloween event? I think it's probably the Halloween event, right? There's no hero reveal this season, no. There's no hero this season, it's next season we get a new hero. Is it me? Oh, fucking shit loud, man. Boom. Testing everything's alright. All good. There shouldn't be a delay, man. No. So, predictions for this stream. I don't think it's going to be a very long one. It'll probably be 50 minutes to an hour, I reckon. So I reckon they'll show, obviously, all the art style stuff for the season. They'll show the game mode. Testing grounds, which starts on Thursday. They're going to show us what's in the testing grounds. The dodge attacks, that they're adding to the heroes that don't already have them. I don't think that's going to be in testing grounds. I think the dodge attacks are going to get added straight away because I think they literally said that before. They're just going to be added at the start of the season. I don't think it's going to be a testing rounds thing. I think there's something completely different in testing rounds. I reckon, yeah, they're going to show the new hero skin. There's no new hero this season, guys. The new hero is next season. Year 6, Season 4. That's when we get a new Outlander hero. But I think Phase 2 crossplay as well. People are saying that they reckon it'll come in October, like mid-season, you know, like Halloween. I don't know, I've got a feeling that they're just going to drop it straight away on Thursday, because they literally dropped crossplay just out of nowhere last time. Personally, I'm going to bet that it's just going to get dropped at the season start, but it could be mid-season. Yeah. Yeah, how are you guys doing today? I appreciate you turning up, as always. As always, that we stream the season reveals together. That is ritual on this channel. Hey. Only got 1.5 minutes to go. Who are you most excited about getting a dodge attack? Probably Centurion. Centurion and BP. I think BP will be just for duels. I probably use BP a lot more in duels with the dodge attack. But Centurion, I think I'll use Centurion a lot more in 4v4s with a dodge attack. I'm just very interested to see what kind of dodge attacks, you know. Whether Jormungandr gets a dodge bash, BP might get a dodge heavy. Whether it can like chain as well, like obviously if you can dodge attack into bulwark, stuff like that, it's going to be interesting to see. Maybe Centurion gets a dodge punch, like a dodge uppercut or something. I don't know. That's what I'm very interested to see. What kind of dodge attacks that these heroes are getting. Also, if that includes heroes like Warden or Lawbringer that have a dodge bash, you know, like Shigoki as well. They already have a dodge bash, but are they going to get an additional dodge heavy or light, whatever? That, you know, probably not, but I'm interested to see either way, because these guys like to just drop things on us without saying anything, you know, so. But I reckon the testing grounds is just going to be like maybe maybe a couple of heroes. I reckon Jormungandr will be one of them. But we'll see, man. I'm going to find out right now, boys and girls. Let me know how the volume is for the stream compared to my mic, by the way, because I never know when it's like too much or. Do you think they should normalize dodge attack damage to make them all heavies? I'm not sure, man. This topic is an interesting one because people have been saying that like characters are losing their like unique identity. I don't know, man. I'm not sure on that.
Welcome to the Warriors Den, everybody. I'm so excited. We got season reveal today.
How's that?
Year 6, Season 3, coming to you September 15th. And I just want to thank everybody for joining us today to be a part of this reveal. Thank you, Josh, for joining me as a co-host.
Turn up a bit more.
Fully embodied host equals. So, quick note, we won't always be live for the Warriors Den, as you have probably noticed. This one's pre-recorded, but we are going to try and do lives when we can. Just a lot of logistics involved. So we'll be live when we can, and when we're not, we'll be pre-recorded. So
yeah, they'll probably be live for the next season with the new hero.
If you didn't catch UB Forward this weekend, it was the 10th. You can catch the VOD on the Ubisoft channel. And yeah, otherwise, I think we're going to get into it. But before we do, we are dropping some things upon the Twitch peoples. Josh, what can people
Twitch
expect
peoples.
to get dropped today?
Well, get your inboxes ready, folks, because we are doing drops. But before we get to them, just make sure that your Ubisoft and your Twitch accounts are linked. That way you can actually receive the
Are we getting
rewards.
CG
And today,
info?
we're giving away
Yes.
the following.
We will.
For every 30 minutes of accumulated viewing time, you will receive 1 scavenger crate, and you have a chance.
They'll show us everything. Testing
to win
grounds,
100,000 steel, Brian. How much steel do you
hero
have?
skin
I don't want
event.
to talk about it. It's,
Probably.
It's an embarrassment. But what I do want to talk about is the next segment. But before we can get into all the nitty gritty deets about Year 6 Season 3, we are proud to show you
No new
Year
hero
6
this
Season 3
season, though.
launch trailer.
Next season.
For those of you who didn't already see it, at UB Forward. So strap in, buckle up, here we go.
Next season, new hero. But we get a new hero skin this season. Probably Kensei. I would guess it's going to be Kensei.
As a child, I was taught never to fear the dark, to face my enemies with gritted teeth and a steady grip on my blade. But now, my hands tremble. Something has awakened in the mire.
Looks like
Glowing
Spirit from
eyes
Dead by
watch in the
Daylight.
night. Shadows slither through the woods, and twisted cackles taunt us. Brave samurai venture into the swamps. But what comes back?
I love the art style.
It isn't them. A deadly web has been woven, and there is no escape.
The Walking Dead crossover?
My teachings were wrong. Only fools don't fear the dark.
Love that mask. Yeah, I like that you said that with the spider thing. Deadly web has to be a spider. You know what? It actually got me thinking about a tweet that I made before where I said they should, because Dead by Daylight did an Attack on Titan crossover. Imagine if For Honor did like a Demon Slayer crossover. You could have like a Kensei skin that's like fucking Rengoku, or the spider demon villain. You could have so many cool skins, man. Orochi could have like a Tanjiro skin, and oh man, it'd be sick. But it'll never happen, let's be honest.
Warriors, what an amazing trailer. Welcome to Year 6.
Like, can you imagine a water, like a water flow style execution as well?
Doing that, but I did it
Like-
anyway. But to talk about the Year 6 Season 3 and everything that we have going on, we have a wonderful,
Right, let's see
cast
what
of
we're
monsters
getting.
that you know and love. Stefan, Ian, Anastasia, and Julian are here to talk about Year 6 Season 3. Stefan, we'll start off with you. Welcome to the show. How's it going?
Thank you very much. It's doing great. I'm looking forward to talking about this stuff. How are you?
Me too, and I am doing well. Ian, welcome to the show, man. How you doing?
Thanks for having me again, man. I'm pumped. It's my favorite time of year, spooky season, spooky themes. I'm all here for it.
Same. Anastasia, welcome to the show. Are you too a fan of spooky season?
Yeah. Hi. I'm a big fan of.
Everyone likes the spooky season. Who doesn't like
Love that
Halloween,
this
huh?
season. Julian,
Honestly.
welcome to the show as well, man. How you doing?
Hey Josh, how's it going? Glad to be back.
Glad to have you and glad to have everyone here. So we are breaking up the season as we normally do into two TUs.
Glad.
TU1, TU2. First TU starts
Kept
on
emphasizing
September 15th.
glad. Maybe
Stefan,
glad we
let's
do
go
it. No, I'm
ahead
just kidding.
and walk through the TUs and tell people what we can expect, what they can expect.
Glad
this season.
rework confirmed.
Sure, of course. I mean, as players know so far, we've been telling a story about special relics found throughout Heathmoor. We did the Chalice of Immortality in Season 1. We did the Scare Bracelet in Season
Hero
2.
skin
Now we're gonna
is
do a Japanese
mid-season.
season focused on the Demon Dagger.
Oh,
in
man.
Season 3, we're going to
That's-
encounter yokai, kappa, other Japanese mythological demons.
Crossplay phase 2
gonna
mid-season as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's going to be fun. And everyone here and others are going to talk all about it throughout this show. So we're all hyped to talk about the Demon
2
Dagger.
testing grounds. Wow.
So let's run down these title updates directly. So first up, title update 1. We've got the Battle Pass to launch off the event, of course. And
Oh, yeah.
the Yokai
Let me go
Nightmare
here.
Event Pass will also launch at the very beginning of the season. So this is going to have all kinds of cool stuff in it that will support the idea of the Demon Dagger and so on. So looking forward to checking that out.
I don't understand
Testing
why
Grounds,
the
of
skin's
course, is
mid-season.
up front this season. It's launching off right off the bat, September 15th. You're going to get to talk to JC and others about that as well.
Put myself over here, actually.
You know, it's going to be a hero-focused one, so it should be a good one.
Very excited for this one.
Yeah, exactly. And then Hero Fest, you've got October 6th, you've got October 13th. It's going to be Warmonger up first. It's going to be Tiandi up second. Super hype. Super
What?
hype. And then, of course, Title
Hero
Update
Fest,
2
okay.
is stacked. So looking forward to talking about that at the next Warriors Den. Set your calendars for October 20 because that's going to be crazy too. You've got the hero skin. We're going to talk about all about that. We've got the Halloween event with the Halloween event game mode, which I'm contractually bound not to talk about directly today, but everybody here is laughing because they know, yes, we all want to talk about that, but check it out next time. Armor variations, crossplay.
Is that crossplay phase 2?
It is indeed. It is indeed. Everyone with high hopes and big dreams, that's what it is right there. Crossplay phase 2. We're going to talk about it right after this segment. And Nicola and I are
so not showing much in this one.
On
going to be the next one that's the big one, right?
It's probably what you're hoping for, so stick around for a few minutes. And then what? Hero Fest also coming through this season. There's a second testing ground. This one's going to be a system gameplay improvement focused testing ground, so it should be interesting to have the two through the season. And then throwback, of course, to the Covenant Games Heralds of Chimera, ending off the season at the end of Title Update 2. Whew.
So much happening this season.
So much happening mid-season.
Surface level stuff. We haven't even talked about like the battle pass. We haven't even talked about like other stuff that's happening. But before we get to that stuff, Ian, let's go ahead and talk about the inspiration for this season. There's a lot of Japanese imagery and stuff that was featured in the trailer and obviously with the key art as well. So why don't you go ahead and talk to us about the inspiration for this season?
Yeah, absolutely. So as Stefan said, so far in year 6, we've explored the myths and legends of Heathmore, starting with the secret history of Wyverndale in season 1.
It doesn't look like they're showing the hero skin today, no, because he said talking about Title 2 update next stream.
We turn our attention to the Mire and a relic called the Demon Dagger, aka the Mamono Dagger, as the samurai deal with a yokai infestation. Now,
phase 2 is where you're able to group with other platforms.
Yokai are creatures and spirits.
It isn't cross progression, no.
Now, not all of them are necessarily evil or outright demonic by nature, but you know, this is for honor, and those are the ones we're going to focus on for this season. So, I mean, it's Halloween after all, right? So
at least we know it's confirmed and it's coming on October 20th.
Yokai, as they are
Yo, Joe, what's up?
The Mire. But I hear you asking, Josh, how do the yokai fit in story-wise? Well, let me tell you. I'm sorry, you didn't even say anything. I'm just talking.
I was thinking it. We have the mind now. That's okay.
So story-wise, a very, very long time ago, the samurai were attacked by a swarm of yokai, demons from a dark realm. And they were heroically pushed back and sealed away in a haunted cave. Now, what happens when years later a crack forms in this cave? Crack, as you can see here in the artwork. Now the yokai are slowly seeping out of this cave, and they begin to haunt the woods and swamps of the Mire. And for our samurai,
that's cool, though.
They're caught off guard. You know, most
whole
stories of the yokai, but they're just that. They're stories. They don't really know how to.
The whole style of it, I like.
And unfortunately, they figure out that their regular weapons don't have any effect really on these demonic creatures. What they really need is the Demon Dagger. That's the only weapon known in history that could kill the yokai. But unfortunately, wielding this weapon also comes at a great cost.
Yeah.
There's always a price with these mystical weapons. You had the scarab bracelet. You got a locust and frogs and stuff like that. Nobody necessarily wants that, but now
I think it all dates back.
No, they've not shown anything yet, really.
You can't just have a mighty weapon of power.
You're not missing
one
anything.
dagger to rule them all and kill all of the yokai, or maybe kill all the yokai. You know.
Exactly.
Use some nice ones. But Anastasia, let's go
They
ahead
just
and
showed the
move on over to you, because when crafting a season,
title
a
update
lot
to
goes on behind the
mid-season.
scenes before anything even makes it onto the screen. There's a lot of research,
where pretty much all the
things
juicy
that are
stuff's coming.
taken inspiration from throughout the world. So why don't you go ahead and talk to us about the mood board and what the team was really looking for this season?
Yeah, sure. So just a quick reminder. So the first season of this year was very classy fantasy. It's Elvish fantasy. The second season was all about Egyptian fantasy and very bright colors. And this one is all about the horror.
I don't think they're going to show the hero skin this one.
We were focusing on.
Seems like it's going to be the next one.
Horror legends of.
I think what we'll see today now is testing grounds and battle passes, all that stuff.
Just like Jan said.
And the dodge attacks that are getting added.
So
that's pretty much going to be it, you know.
From the Japanese legends. They are not necessarily evil creatures, but they are possessed people wherever they go. They transforming them and twisting them into some frightening versions of themselves. And in this season, you'll see a lot of elements that was inspired by Japanese folklore, of course.
Yeah,
so
all the juicy stuff's mid-season, man.
Colors. It's
the hero skin's
red,
mid-season.
Dark green, and
I don't know why, man. I don't know why the hero skin's mid-season. Probably because it's just linked to the event,
the overall mood, we
which is going to be mid-season, I guess.
The horror of Japanese legends and
which is fair enough, but
these heavy dense fog.
I don't like waiting.
You are alone in the dark, and you don't really see, but you feel like the creatures are hiding behind the trees and
I don't like waiting
in the moody puddles.
I'm
and
impatient.
They all watching you and
I want it
like following you. That was our main inspiration.
Yeah, October 20th for crossplay.
Thanks for the nightmares, Anastasia. Really appreciate it.
October 20th. I'll be on holiday,
I saw
unfortunately.
something on the mood board that I saw.
Well, fortunately, I'm very looking forward to it.
I think it's an ornament that I just absolutely love. It's like the split, well, I don't want to ruin it. But Julian, let's go ahead and move on over to
cancel my holiday.
In-game realization, obviously, new season comes, new stuff. Obviously, we've got a new main menu, face-off, portrait, all that stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and walk through it.
Absolutely.
October 20th is your birthday.
For season 23's in-game realization.
Yeah, I'll be in Mexico. I'll be on holiday.
Demonic and evil spirit, and the evil spirit facet of the yokai folklore, which, like mentioned by Ian earlier on, it doesn't necessarily relate to demons and things that go bump in the night. But here, the team really wanted to have fun and embody spooky apparitions, frightening creatures.
Oh, they added fog.
So, of course, the atmosphere is also super important, plays a big part in creating this type of supernatural / horror universe. So along with
you haven't missed much yet
that we have in store for you in TU2, we're particularly proud of the lighting, the VFX, the SFX that were created for this season. This yokai experience is going to look and sound amazing. Now, as for the map dressing, aesthetically in the map, the team wanted to blend beauty with horror to create an environment that will give you the creeps, but that at the same time will feel, alluring, mysterious, absorbing. So Temple Garden, the map Temple Garden was a great foundation for creating this universe. During the Yokai Nightmare event, you're going to have a thick and gloomy fog that blinds.
Oh, Topps Gaming, I think that's like massive cope there.
You also want to cover some really captivating yet
massive cope.
One noteworthy element, and Stefan kind of brushed up on it earlier on. There are the Kappa heads in the swamp that you've just seen. Kappas essentially are aquatic reptilian humanoids.
Imagine that though.
Who live in rivers and streams, essentially bodies of water. They're about the size of a child, but
that doesn't benefit DBD at all.
So that kind of makes them already kind of terrifying.
I don't want to hear that. We just started talking about like demons and stuff. Now we're talking about child.
I think the night hero in Dead by Daylight is going to be from Scooby Doo.
Reptilian. They are reptilian.
Can't forget that.
The thing about them though is that they can be friendly to humans, although they can also be super dangerous. Just to give you an idea, Josh, their favorite foods are cucumbers and human entrails. So up to you to
No new
You get
hero
the-
this
you get
season.
the- you get
Next
the idea.
season.
We're really going all out this season with the spooky stuff, aren't we? Just the
well,
real disturbing.
Coming up,
movies.
crossplay
Thank-
update.
I knew the
Okay.
disturbing. I did like cucumbers. That's it. That's why.
Never eat a cucumber again.
yeah, but half the team, no more cucumbers after this season. No more cucumbers. But I guess, Josh, during the season, you'll get to find out if the kappas that we have in the map.
I'm interested in testing grounds. I want to see who's in testing
All
grounds.
right. And back to Anastasia for more nightmares. Let's go ahead and talk about the Yokai Nightmare free event pass that we have coming with the new season.
Oh, they'll
We've
show us
got
the skins
Mooneffect,
from
battle
that.
outfit, an ornament, and
I'm assuming.
some other cool stuff in there. So let's go ahead and go through it.
That's not true. There is a new hero next season.
So
Which will
as
be
you can see,
around
this
Christmas
mood
time,
effect,
I guess.
was inspired by the demon flower.
Right?
And the legend says that the
that's fine.
flower blooms in cemeteries and on the road, and they're guiding deceased to their reincarnation. So it's definitely not the flower you would give to a person you like, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Depends.
That might be early January, actually. Right.
So battle outfit was inspired by traditional Japanese paintings and some woodblock prints.
Ayo?
And
Ayo,
you
battle
see
outfit?
these
Let's go.
colors.
Oh, I
This-
like
this
that.
ornament, was
Okay,
inspired
I like
by
that, man.
Tengu mask.
Alright,
it's
I like
a
that. I
Japanese
like that, that's
demigod. And actually, it can bring you luck.
Can you use it as a lethal weapon?
Scarbrand fucking ornament. That's cool.
So here's a sneak peek of the event weapon. We used a lot of dark metal and dark wood with some
I
elements
quite like
was
that, that's
inspired
nice.
by traditional Japanese patterns and of
I
course
quite
demon
like that, I'm not
flowers.
gonna lie.
Wow, yeah, it looks great. Wow. So yeah, that is
Looks
the
good.
the free event pass. We're gonna roll a video later after
Josh.
we're done here, so you can kind of get a look at the weapons and stuff like that. But since we're talking about passes, let's talk about the battle pass that we have coming for Year 6 Season 3, because there is a lot that is in it. I love
Oh, I
this
like
stuff,
that
by the way.
picture.
That's just, and that's the thing I was talking about. The little mask, the thing from the mood board. There it is. But yeah,
How
we have
creepy
a
is
ton
the
of stuff
mask?
that's, in the battle pass as well, Anastasia. So why don't you go ahead and take us through that as well?
Yeah, sure. That's video. So these mood effects was
Demonic
inspired by
intruder.
possession. So here you can see two
Oh,
masks.
demonic
One
tormentor.
represents the human possessed by a demon, but another one, actually, it's opposite. It's a demon possessed by a human.
I like that one, that's the better one, I think.
This one, yeah.
Nice.
So this battle
Demonic
outfit was
disco.
inspired by disco because
What the fuck,
demons,
man?
like
How
to
random's
party,
that?
I guess.
Exactly. Like a nice little gothic 70s.
How fucking weird's that?
Murder.
That'd be good on
Yeah,
Aramusha with the
For,
with the
for anyone
dancing
wondering,
disco
the demon
emo.
dance
That'd be
floor is
good.
in the 8th circle of hell.
That secret circle, man. Gotta have like a pass to get in.
Yeah. So here's this ornament when
Oh, I
the
don't like
demon
that.
is
I mean, it's
hiding
cool.
behind
It's
this
cool, but I don't like it.
beautiful, face, and you can see how it's revealing itself.
Need some
and
holy
coming
water,
out.
right? Yeah.
This beautiful face.
I love this
so
execution.
Oh, execution.
yeah, the execution.
What
yeah,
the
you can
fuck?
Just use this card of absolution to
Card of
make
absolution.
your enemies disappear in your pocket.
That's so sick when he's just like,
What
oh,
the
man.
fuck, man?
Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
So this
Oh,
one
look at
is
that.
one signature in our game, I guess.
Okay, I like that.
And of course, it's
As a spirit main on Dead by Daylight, I very
Japanese
much
culture.
like that.
You can-
That
Very
signature's cool.
Lore-wise, it would be what the people see first when the yokai.
What's the
first
fucking
is
disco
from-
thing all about? I
from the
don't
cave.
get that. That's so random
Just
to me.
add to the spooky effect of the mire.
Yeah.
Very spooky.
So
like a-
here you can see the weapons, and like all this.
That's a fucking sick signature, man. I'll buy that
season,
instantly.
It's all about the demon possession, and
I'll buy that for
our
my
team
Kyoshin
worked
straight
really
away.
hard to create these unique textures and carefully designed elements. So when you look at these weapons, you can see how
I like
it's
the
kind of
spider
like
design.
moving, something inside the weapon, and it's like demons maybe cut inside the weapon, and they are like possessing these weapons. And it's not necessarily.
Yeah, I don't get the
evil
disco thing, do you?
creatures,
Is
so,
there
street
something linked
level.
with
And I hope you'll find the
demons and
weapons
Japanese
that
stuff
will
that's
bring you luck
disco?
in
I
this
don't
level
get that, man.
and in this story.
Whatever, but you know.
Absolutely. I'm so enamored by the stuff in the battle pass.
There's nothing
But
wrong with it.
I
I'm
wanna
just
know
confused about
who was
the
responsible
link.
for like the skeleton on like the spider body.
You know what I mean?
That is just like some
It's not
next
bad.
level,
I'm
like,
just a bit
No.
like random.
that's terrifying. It looks great. That looks awesome.
Disco demon, like what
But
the
there
fuck?
you go. Yes, that is year 6, season 3. That is everything you have coming in TU1 and TU2. I want to thank Stefan, Ian, Anastasia, and Julian for joining us today. We've got 2 testing grounds coming this season, one starting with the season and then another one coming, which we will talk about at a later date. But for now, we're going to go and move over to the crossplay update, since I know all of you are very, very curious about
Yes,
more
please.
information on that.
Let's
But
see.
before, we're going to go ahead and roll the free weapons video, and then we're also going to roll the battle pass video as well, so you can go ahead and see all the cool stuff that's in there. But don't go anywhere, because the show is just getting started. We'll be right back.
Good shit, boys. Good shit. The Yokai Nightmare. Let's have a look at these weapons then, shall we? Warden. Ooh. That's pretty cool. So the night ones are different to the Viking ones, right? Maybe? Oh, look at the spider's shield. Okay, that's pretty cool. If you like spiders, that is. That's Warmonger's. Pretty cool, actually. I like the curved blade. Griffin. Lawbringer. Oh, the conch shield's pretty cool. That's alright. Raider. Burzin. I like the Warden sword better than the Highlander sword. I really like the Jormungandr hammer. They showed that before, and I really like that. I think that's cool. And if Jormungandr gets a rework, oh my god, that's so loud. Oh, look at that Warlord shield! Wow, that's the coolest shield that they've shown. That's so cooler than BPs and conks. Damn, that Warlord shield though! Holy fuck. Yeah, if Jormungandr gets a rework, that'd be I'll probably use that weapon with him and make like a loadout around that weapon with the skins, battle pass skins. Kyoshin weapon looks pretty sick. Yeah, the Warlord shield is like wow, like stands out so fucking much compared to the rest of it. Look how much it stands out in the background compared to everything else. Andy. Ugh, get away. Go. Get out of my sight, man. Ballad. No, the Bushi weapon is so big. Well, yep. Let's have a look at the pirate stuff then. And Medjay. The music though, holy fuck, creepy. Medjay's is pretty cool. Medjay's is good. Yeah. Might be playing a bit of Warlord. But he's getting a dodge attack as well, so you know. What the fuck is this music, bro? Holy shit. Oh, what's this? More? Oh, the battle pass. Wow, okay. That's pretty sick. That's fucking sick, actually. I quite like that. We got more. Yeah, that was from the event battle pass, but this is the actual seasonal battle pass now. Oh, wow, okay. I like these a lot more. These are so much fucking, like, bolder. Wow, I love that shield. I really like that shield. It made up for the fucking, the other one. Ah, these are sick so far. Yeah, we already saw that on before, the Highlander swords. Yeah, these are a lot cooler than the event one. I mean, the event ones are still cool, but yeah, these just fit my style a little bit more, I think. Darker. Wow. Oh my god, that shield. Holy shit, man. Fucking Warlord got, like, the good shit this season. Right? Man, I kind of like that sword, you know, even though it's pretty fucking weird. Aramusha's swords are sick. Okay, I like them. The Kyoshin's is cool, but I wish it was like same as Aramusha's. Oh, the Shigoki one's fucking cool. Yeah, I really like these skins. I really like these ones. Yandy, come get out of my sight, man. Get out of my fucking sight, Yandy. It's going to be Tiandi Hero Fest soon as well, I think. I think I'll be playing Rocket League on that day. No, I'm just kidding. I do hate Tiandi though so much. Pirate Blade's pretty cool. Ah, that Medjai's cool as well. Shaman is a fucking annoying bastard. Annoying bastard hero. Wow, okay, those were really good. And again, the Warlord shield. It's fucking sick. Here we go. So we've got crossplay update, we've got patch notes, testing grounds, competitive update. Probably going to talk about like getting the rewards and stuff for the into the fray and all that stuff. Maybe announcing a new tournament.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. All those year 6 season 3 details. I am now joined by Mr. Stefan and Mr. Nicola. Welcome to the show, gentlemen. Well, welcome to my segment of the show.
Interested in seeing how is this going to work, man?
I will welcome you to the show, Brian.
Oh, thank you. I introed the show.
Yeah, if you just join in, Crossplay Phase 2 is coming on October the 20th.
So crossplay. That's the big thing, right?
Yes.
So excited. Phase 2. Phase 2 crossplay. So, Stefan, what can you tell us about Phase 2?
Absolutely. I want to bring us down memory lane just for a moment here.
At
the very start of year 6, season 1, the team brought a big surprise to For Honor that was called Crossplay Phase 1.
Oh, fuck.
That was the ability to do matchmaking online through the multiplayer menu.
Take a quick
1
picture
year
of that.
ago, nobody thought that For Honor was going to get crossplay. We just weren't set up for it. Players didn't think we were. Devs didn't think we were. Nobody thought we were.
Yeah, they'll probably talk about the dodge attacks, yeah.
Here, if you tell him and his tech team that something isn't possible, 100% they're going to take that.
That's probably going to be next in the patch
100%
notes,
they're gonna
right?
Get it done somehow.
They'll probably
So
show
against
that in
all
the patch
odds,
notes.
There we were at the start of year 6 with crossplay.
Simon Cowell.
So that was amazing. In Phase 1, Yeah, all three.
Oh,
games are
dude.
together. So PlayStation,
That's
Xbox,
fucking...
PC, we're able to
Bro.
play together.
Yeah, after
through
doing
online
like that, man.
multiplayer menu matchmaking. So this is great.
That
And
is
now,
rude.
of course, we've got a couple of changes coming to the crossplay offer in Year 6 Season 3 Title Update 1. And some of these are going to lay the groundwork for crossplay Phase 2, which is the big one on October 20th, where we're going to get, I think, what most of us are asking for. So we'll come back to that in a few minutes. Let's start, though, with talking about Title Update 1 crossplay changes, and I'll pass the mic back to you guys and Nicola.
Yeah, I'm so excited because when I first came onto the project, it was like, well, people want crossplay, and it was like, yeah, we're not built for that. We never were built for that. And then enter Mr. Nicola and the tech teams, and they're just like, hold my definitely not ale. So Nicola, what can you tell us about the groundwork being laid in TU1?
Yeah, I'm excited for Phase 2, man.
Crossplay experience.
There's a lot of console players that I want to play with.
Thanks, Stefan, for the
I'm looking
introduction.
forward to that.
Indeed, we're adding major changes under the hood and paving the road for the release of Crossplay Phase 2 with the release of TU1. So starting in T1, we are completely removing the last peer-to-peer connection which were remaining into the game. So we are migrating everything on servers.
I feel like I'm on X Factor,
So
mate.
custom matches are now hosted on dedicated server along all other game modes like story, arcade, and training arena. But note that with this server migration for custom match, this will remove the support of NVIDIA and Soul. Unfortunately, this is a key requirement to bring the crossplay Phase 2 in the next title update. On top of that, we also transfer the entire group system.
Oh my goodness,
servers.
sing
This is
Andy.
very interesting change because it removes all the necessary of NAT internet router configuration to play for now with your friends. So it will be easier for everyone who have a specific internet configuration to be able to play and group with people without any complicated NAT configuration. So for that, we removed also the NAT status in game, which is no longer needed.
That's awesome because I've got a lot of friends who have some really insane setups to get around NAT because their ISP just locks down their router. So it's nice that it'll just
roll on Phase 2, man.
Don't have to mess with that. And
That should be fun.
Ansel will still be available in like.
I'm gonna do a Brawls video with King Eritros.
Anything that connects to dedicated servers, right?
I'm gonna fuck up some people in Brawls, man, together.
And so yeah, that's kind of all the peer-to-peer stuff taken care of.
That'll be funny.
But I believe a previous peer-to-peer service that we're bringing back to dedicated servers is voice chat, right?
Yes, Brian. With the launch of T1, we're also reactivating the in-game voice chat for all crossplay matches.
Oh.
So it's a
I better make sure that's off, otherwise I'll get cancelled, bro.
If you're interested, you can also mute and unmute player directly via the action in the player card, like shown in the video.
And so
that's cool, man.
We added a new feature to make all that possible, right? So that you can have more control over the quality of your For Honor like experience.
Yeah, indeed. Finally, with this T1 title update, we'll bring the new in-game block list to more granularly manage your friend list and reduce the toxicity in-game. With this new mechanism, you can block and unblock people directly from the player card. By blocking a player, it will automatically mute
Why
their
would you
voice
block
chat,
friends, though?
It will mute their text chat and also replace their emblem by a generic one. You will be able to find the block list at the end of the
Or is that
friend
just going to
list.
be like
And
same in game?
later on, with the release of Phase 2 in the TU2 title update, this block list will be improved to support cross-platform friends and bring the ability to block cross-platform group invitation from all blocked players.
Yeah, what's up, Splice? How you doing, man?
From your friends list, so you can block and unblock your friends, and they'll be a blocked friend until you unblock them, right?
Why would you block your friend?
And you have to note also that this blacklist will not affect the matchmaking. This is not a blacklist, so you will still encounter blocked players.
Oh, it's not a blacklist.
But they will be automatically mute in voice and text, and their emblem will be blocked as well.
No, can't be having that. I need that salt content. We can't be muting no text chat, can we?
So I think that's everything on the slide for TU1. So I think it's time to take a bite out of this sandwich. What's coming into TU2?
TU2, this is the big one. It launches October 20th. Put this date in your calendars, please. This is an important day. And the big focus of this title update is
I'm gonna be on holiday,
the ability
man.
to have friends across platform. And of course, if you have friends across platform,
I'm going on holiday on October the 17th
with
for
your
10
friends
days.
across platforms.
I'm gonna miss it.
This means through Ubisoft Connect, you can make friends, group with them, and play
I'm sure
For
I'll
Honor
live.
truly cross-platform.
It's fine. I'll
Nicola,
live.
this is the big one. Would you like to run us through these?
Yeah, indeed, we leveraged the new Ubisoft Connect interaction with the cross-platform feature. So that was launched a month ago by Ubisoft. So now you can search your friends via Ubisoft Connect. You can open the overlay from your console or PC, or you can launch the website, Ubisoft Connect website, or the mobile application to search and manage your cross-platform friends. Don't forget to use the Ubisoft account ID to search your friends because we are using Ubisoft Connect and they are linked to this account with For Honor.
That's cool, man. I can't wait for that.
Activate those crossplay settings if you, for whatever reason, you've had
No,
them
spliced.
disabled, or else
They're
you'll
just
be
trolling you,
greeted
bro.
by a series
I'll
of,
bring you in game.
tailored.
I mean, we don't know. We
error
might do,
messages
but I
telling
don't
you
think
that
so.
Your crossplay is disabled. So did we hit everything with TU2? We got the friends list, we got group invites, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the big thing there is like, as Nicola has explained, if you can make friends across platforms, obviously you should be able to make groups across platforms as well. So from your regular friends list, you can invite anyone to groups as normal, even if they are across platform.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, man.
If you receive a group invite from a friend, you'll see a message in the top right letting you know that group invite is pending. And
Nice.
you can also see them on this friends page on the right side where you have a pending invites list. Currently says group invites as well.
So get the whole squad
Sweet.
together, put all our monster
That's really
move
good.
effects
It's
on,
in-game
get
as
the
well,
mummy
not just
from
all on
Medjai
the overlay.
release, get the monster squad going.
That's good. I
just in
love
time
that.
for Halloween.
That's a great addition.
Exactly. If you have an
into it.
Xbox mummy,
That's
and
such a
you
nice
have,
quality of life addition.
a
That you know,
PlayStation,
you don't have to fuck around with the overlay and
the
stuff.
fish head from a couple years ago or whatever, and so on, some from PC. Put them all together.
I like that.
You can totally do this, and you can play online matchmaking, custom game, wherever you want in For Honor. The only two caveats being story mode and arcade.
We'll find out soon about
Places
Dodge
you cannot
Sacks.
play cross-platform.
I'm pretty sure they'll show
with
it.
Technical limitations
Patch
against
notes
that. Those
or
aren't going to happen. But
testing
everywhere
grounds.
else throughout For Honor, you can play with your friends. So this is amazing.
All right, Team Penny Dreadful, let's do it. All right, a big thank you to the tech teams who worked so hard on this feature and took it as a personal challenge to make it happen. Any last words that you guys want to say, either about the teams, about the feature, how pumped you are for this season?
Yeah, of course, this launch of Phase 2 is not the end for us. We will continue to bring some improvement
No,
over
Philip,
the time.
no.
And
Not unless they
we're
pay
also
me.
waiting for all the
I'll play it
interesting
when they
feedback
pay me to
reported
play
by
it.
our community to improve it in the future. And before leaving, I want to thank everyone who worked tirelessly on it.
What's up, Thomas?
The entire dev team made an incredible work to bring such a feature into a 6-year-old game, which wasn't designed to support crossplay at launch. So hopes that you will enjoy this new feature and can't wait to see
I'm
it
looking
live
forward
with
to
you.
that.
So thanks everyone.
So excited.
Phase 2 is gonna be
everybody
fun.
Get their hands on this, and thank you, gentlemen, for joining me on the show. Coming up next, we're gonna talk some patch notes. So stick
Patch
around.
notes. Let's go. So I'm interested in this.
Warriors, welcome back to the show.
Here we go.
And to join us for this next segment, we have JC. You know him, you love him. My
JC, the
welcome,
man.
Welcome. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing good. What about you?
I'm doing really well, actually.
Awesome.
Oh, it's
Sun is
Josh's camera
shining,
that's
we're talking
low
about
quality. I
every
thought it was
season,
the
we've got
stream.
stuff to talk about. even past this. It'll be very nice. But we are going to talk about patch notes real quick. These are what you can expect.
Fight changes. Let's see.
15th. And to start off, we're going to talk about dodge attacks. We have some characters in the game that have them, some that don't, but we're bringing them to the ones that don't. So,
okay.
Walk us through it.
Yeah, so like we've previously announced when we came back from, I think, the last testing grounds, we're adding new dodge attacks to all 5 of these heroes. So Jormungandr, Centurion, Blackprior, Warlord, and Highlander. Max has a video, gorgeous video that can show you
dodge light?
what the dodge attacks actually look like. So they're, except for Highlander, they're
Dodge
all
light?
done with the light attack button. They're all 600 MS.
Oh, they're all dodge
done
light,
300
okay.
MS into the dodge. The lights are all enhanced. Highlander is with heavy. Made a bit more sense for Highlander, considering one
That's a light, yeah.
a bit better in defensive stance.
That's a heavy.
Highlander also
Okay.
only performable while you're in defensive stance. In offensive stance, you have like shorter recoveries for your dodge
Okay.
attacks for when you're dodging, so you're okay. And one thing that's important to note is that they also all have iframe, so that's really good. For all of these heroes, especially everybody but Highlander, you'll notice that they don't have like huge hitboxes, big trajectories, all that sort of stuff. That's because we designed them on purpose to be usable and be good at dealing with bashes specifically, but not necessarily be really, really good dodge attacks in the sense of...
Can you chain from them,
target
though?
swapping them and doing all those crazy things that some heroes are known for. This is literally just to make sure that these heroes are able to efficiently deal with bashes. Even though Blackprior could from neutral, when you're in chains, you couldn't really go into bulwarks. So that's the idea here. We really want them to be good, but not be the best dodge attacks in the game, so that they're a little bit riskier to use because they're on light inputs most of the time. And so we want to take that direction a little bit, so that it makes a bit of sense there.
Awesome. Very excited to be bringing dodge attacks, especially for like Centurion and like Highlander. I've seen a lot of people talking about those many Reddit threads that I have seen. So So let's move on to hero fight improvements. JC, what do we have here?
Yeah, so we're doing a lot of changes to a lot of heroes this time.
Oh, yes.
I would say 99% buffs. We really wanted to focus on raising some heroes, getting them to be a bit more meta. Not necessarily be like must picks or whatever, but really focusing a lot on like some quality of life stuff, making sure they're more playable and raising up the bar a little bit. So first we have zone attack cost, right?
See a lot of numbers here. A lot of numbers.
There's a lot of numbers there, right? So I'm not going to go through all of them, but basically all of these heroes have lower stamina cost for the zone attacks. If your hero is not listed, don't worry, we didn't forget about them. We did a lot of changes here, so we're going to get to them eventually. But that's kind of the idea here. We wanted to lower the cost for all of these zone attacks to make sure that they're not you're not wasting half your stamina.
Finally, I can use Warden Zone again. Let's go.
For Zanhu, those are very, very big buffs. For some other heroes, it's a bit less, but it's still like it's a bit better. And we didn't go with a really completely standard route. We went to it like on a case by case basis, right? So sometimes it's better that they're 30 because they're faster or they have properties. At 20 because they can be fast with no properties. For multi-hit zones as well, we did a lot of changes there to make sure that we're in a good spot here.
Beautiful, lots of numbers, but we also have some specific changes for some heroes. So we also
Warden Lights is sped up a bit.
Warlord, Berserker, Orochi, and Hitokiri. We have like very, very small quality of life things, but still very useful. So Warden's chain lights are now 500 MS, down from 6.
Yeah, let's go.
No-brainer. Like we should have done that a while ago, so it's good that we have them now. Warlord has updated trajectories and forward movement on for Board and Blade. That's
nice.
The heavy attack that you do when you're in full block stance. It'll help you catch people that are dodging. Step forward a little bit more. You can't really just backwalk it anymore. So that should be quite good there.
Berserker HP buff.
Berserker has 10 more HP. Should help reinforce the hero's trader identity and make him a little bit less squishy. That should be good. Orochi's side of finishers are now 700 MS, down from 8.
Nice.
The idea here is that we want players to actually use Orochi's side of finishers in group fights. They already have huge trajectories. They're very, very good. But at 800 MS, they were a little bit too slow. So at 7, we're hoping that they're going to be a little more useful. And on top of that, because they are 7, Feint to guard breaks should be able to catch a bit more things.
Yeah,
so I'm really looking forward to see
his gear
how
changes
that
are interesting.
That one. And finally, Hitokiri, his charge heavy attacks now cost 12 stamina. They used to cost 25. Before the CCU, those attacks specifically did not have an additional stamina cost when they were parried. That's why they used to cost 25. now that all those things are removed, we've decided to like revert that change back, and now they cost 12. Gives a bit more stamina economy for Itokiri. Should be really good down the line for
Cool.
this.
Good changes. I'm happy with
There's a lot
Wardens.
that's coming with this, but now
Holy
we
shit,
have
okay.
even more deep dive, even more.
Holy shit,
granular
even more.
details. We're starting
Always
with Peacekeeper.
more. Yeah.
More.
More. Right. Okay. So Peacekeeper.
Uh-huh.
Peacekeeper. We've adjusted a couple of things. The direct cancel. Okay, you can now cancel the recovery into a dodge from 200 to 300 ms. It used to be static at 333. So this should help Peacekeeper actually do more dagger cancels and be able to dodge out of it, give her a bit more safety in group fights.
Okay.
And then we have they're a little bit like it might be a bit hard to understand right now, but basically what we've been doing for dashing thrust and the throws together is that we adjusted the time that you can perform a dashing thrust when you're doing a front dodge. So it's from 3 to 5, and it used to be static at from 2 to 5. Sorry, it used to be static at 3, and throws have a little bit less recovery. The intent here is that you should be able, with a Peacekeeper, to throw somebody, get them to wall splat, and then do a dodge for the heavy every single time without having to worry too much about positioning, timing, and all that sort of stuff. So it should be a lot more consistent to land now. Then we have the only nerf in the entire patch,
which is a fucking much needed one.
Guard break for Peacekeeper. They used to deal 38, which was way too high. So we've adjusted the bleed damage, a bit of how it works there, and it now deals 28. It's still above the curve.
That's so fucking much needed now, man.
All that stuff, you get a little bit more stuff there, but at the end of the day, like it's a lot more in line with the rest of the cast. We've also increased our forward movement on every single one of our neutral, chained, and finisher attacks. You used to be able to backwalk her a little bit, and it was like she had a hard
38 damage was stupid.
So with these
you gotta admit,
it should be a lot easier for her to really keep the pressure and stay in.
Great changes there.
We've also updated the trajectory for the zone attacks for the first strike, so that it matches the weapon a lot better. The trajectory is a bit bigger. It's not like it's less angled, so it works better. And finally, this one's a big one. Her crossbow feat, which is her tier 3 feat, it has a pretty short cooldown, and it used to deal 25 damage straight up, right? Which was still good. But now what we've changed it to do is it deals 15 direct damage. And
the only reason she was in S tier was because of the damage guard break damage.
Bleed damage there is super important. It
really she'll probably be like A now, maybe.
Be able to get those unblockables in.
Still good
the
though.
Synergy with other bleed heroes, and it's a lot easier to land that. You could go like externally because that's a lot of players.
For Jules, by the way, not for
Peacekeeper couldn't really do anything. Now when she has her feat 3, you can actually start to apply a lot more pressure when you're external with her.
Looking forward to playing Peacekeeper.
Ooh, Lawbringer changes.
Spliced. What are we doing at Lawboy?
You still here, Spliced?
So Lawbringer doesn't have a ton of changes. Basically, we've done a big pass of adjusting the forward movement on his side attacks, his side heavy attacks. We've updated the weapon trajectories for the side heavies. They should no longer like just phase through some external opponents. That should work much better. And we've also like did a little bit of a pass on the input comfort for the parry follow-ups. So you can now perform them like 66 ms before, and because of that, we've also had to speed up impeding riposte, which is the kind of the impale that we have after a parry, so that it would still fit.
Okay.
Basically, those
nothing really major.
They're meant to be quality of life changes that it's going to be a little bit easier to do these parry punishes.
Yeah, nothing major though.
All right. Kensei, right? So Kensei, all of his changes rely on they all revolve around his top heavy finisher. You could before just always every time you saw unblockable, just roll away and deal with everything. So we've done a couple of changes. The chaining timing for chain lights into top heavy is now 100 ms.
Nice.
The attack itself has been sped up to 1100 ms and now soft instead of fast guard break.
Ooh.
And there's also increased for movement on top heavy finisher. This means that now if your opponents used to roll on reaction to you throwing that type of finisher, you can now just hit guard break, catch them with the fast guard break, get them while they're rolling, and it helps Kensei provide a lot more pressure this way and makes that top heavy finisher much better.
I may have to play. I don't really play a ton of Kensei, so I may have to jump on after these.
Yeah, it's an interesting difference there. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
all right.
Well, I see a lot here for Nobushi.
Yeah, right. So for Nobushi, it looks like a lot, but it's not. You'll see it's relatively simple. We've updated the trajectories for all of our side heavy openers and finishers. Again, they didn't really match the weapon swings, so with this you'll be able to hit people better externally. So that works.
Okay.
Side Cobra Strikes, which are side dodge lights. They're now 533 ms. They used to be 6, and they now have iframes.
Oh,
So
wow.
they're actual good dodge attacks now. They're not. You don't need to like delay them and make sure you do them at the right time when you're dodging or whatever. Now they're always going to be able to have iframes. You're going to be able to do good with them.
Oh, nice.
That's
Wow.
very good. Their side dodge heavies are also very good, but those didn't get updated because we wanted to have a version of it that was this is the dodge attack thing, and this one is the more like zone type of thing. So that's going to be a little bit different there. Front Cobra Strike is now 500 ms instead of 6, and you
Nice.
can do it from 2 to 500 ms in the front dodge. It used to be stuck at 300 there, and it was 600. So with this, like it also gives that to be a little bit of a better peel tool. It lets you really like, delay it and have like
Yeah, that
a
is
little
pretty
bit
good for
pressure,
the
a little
peel.
bit better pressure there. We've also updated all of her recovery timings. Well, a bunch of them on all those listed attacks. I won't go into them, but we just wanted to normalize her recoveries because some of them were like extremely long. So when you would miss, or even if you would hit, if you didn't choose to chain afterwards, you were left wide open with Nobushi. So that's like a little bit of quality of life thing there.
I wonder how
And
it'll affect
finally,
the ganks
her
and stuff with it.
out-of-block heavy finisher is now a left
Cobra
stance
Strike.
attack. It used to be top, so now being left means that
Probably
she
not
can actually
much.
throw it in the lane, be able to catch more enemies, more minions and stuff, and makes her like a bit better overall in the minion lanes. That should be a nice improvement there.
Pretty
But
decent.
wait, there's even more.
Nice.
There's always more, right?
There's
So
always more.
Centurion. So we've increased the forward movement for the charge heavy openers, basically because Centurion didn't have a lot of reach, and so the pressure that the character could deal from externally was like not that good, honestly. On top of that, that's a really good pin. So you get your opponent, you pin them for a long time, you get a guaranteed ally heavy, works super well, so that's good. So with that bit of extra forward movement, it should help Centurion actually get into that groove a little bit better. And we've also changed
Nice.
Charge Punch. So we give it the Warden treatment, right? Which means that whenever you do a Charge Punch, if you fully charge it and your opponent did an early dodge attack, you should now pretty much always catch them, kind of like what Warden does.
Nice. That's
It was a
good.
bit of a problem now where you could some characters were able to fully avoid it. So with that change, we should be good to go in this change. So it has better tracking. It's a little bit faster. It's faster, and then there's like the stance, the armor kicks in a bit earlier as well to make sure you get into a good situation here.
Nice little quality of life
Nice.
change.
And then up next we have Gladiator.
Yeah, Gladiator. Small change for Gladiator again, but still.
With the dodge attack as well, he's going to be pretty fun to play.
Cost 12 stamina. It used to cost 24, I think, which was like an insane number. On top of that, because they cost so much stamina and they don't guarantee direct damage afterwards, we felt like it really was time for Gladiator to have like a better side dodge bash.
Yeah, fair
And we
enough.
also increased the input window for counter jab, which is specifically after you parry and you hit guard break. We increased the window by 400 milliseconds. It's huge. It makes a big difference here. It should be much better here. Should like the input comfort, you have a lot bigger window to hit.
Yeah, that's for people who like
Should
parry
feel
and
much
then they end up guard breaking because they didn't
Ooh,
fucking
my
do
favorite
it properly.
carnivore.
Yeah, Shaman,
Instead of doing
right?
a parry
So
counter.
Shaman has a couple of changes. Her heavy finishers have a bit more forward movement. Again, one of those
Oh.
heroes that like was a bit lacking there. So target swapping or even against the same
Mm.
target, sometimes you could backwalk. It was a bit hard to really catch up to opponents. So with this, it should be like it should feel better at least. It's not a massive increase, right? But it still makes a bit of a difference here. Her left heavy finisher is now 900 ms. It used to be, I think, 1,000 or 1,100. I'm not sure, but you used to be able to on reaction see unblockable, and then your opponent would just hit light and beat you out of it every single time. Now, at 900, if your opponent mashes light after you perform the light, so Shaman
You'll
does
trade.
light into left heavy finisher, and your opponent mashes light in between, you're going to trade with Shaman.
Yeah, I thought
Which means
so.
that Shaman's
Nice.
going to win
That's
the
good.
trade because she deals a lot more damage with those heavy finishers than a neutral light.
That's
But
nice.
still, it's something that we're trying out here where it's still interruptible, but at the same time, it's a trade where Shaman wins. So we want to see where that goes
That's
in
nice.
that aspect. We've also lowered Predator's Hunger's stamina cost to 12. So that makes it, like, again, it helps with the stamina economy. And we've also removed the stamina penalty when you're switching from Wildcat's Rage, which was dodge forward bash. Actually, no, that's dodge forward heavy, and Predator's Mercy and Hunger, which are dodge forward bash, right? So the idea here is that dodge forward or dodge back is that you could do like dodge forward heavy and then tap guard break while that was going. She stops, puts her weapons away, and then keeps going forward. So you could switch between the two kind of different attacks.
I didn't even know you could do
doing
that.
it would actually cost you stamina. And so because you've already paid the stamina upfront once, we felt like that wasn't really necessary anymore. So we've decided to remove it. Gives her, again, better stamina economy. So you should be more free to be.
What
able
do you
to
guys
use
think of the
ability
changes so
there
far?
more often.
Nice quality of life changes.
All right.
Beef.
Black Friday, right? So we've increased Tenebrous Trust for movement, so that does for it heavy. We really wanted to be able to catch more people.
That's
so this
pretty
should
good.
be. It might not
AP
still
is
be
going
the
to be
best
good this
roll
season,
catching
man.
tool or whatever, but at least with that bit of increased movement, you should be able to catch people from a bit further away. So that should help. His sprint attack is now 700 ms. Used to be much slower, dealt a lot more damage, but because of the speed it had, it was completely useless. Like it's sad to say, but it really wasn't good. So at that
Sprint
speed
attack
now, with that
speed's good.
damage, it's
Wow.
a lot more in line with what other sprint attacks are. So that should work quite well. And finally, Bulwark Slash. We've lowered its guard break vulnerability to 100 ms, right? So that's gonna be similar to like Kyoshin and some other heroes that can attack out of their down stance. And the big thing here is that beforehand,
Is that because the
if you were
stamina
against a
changes?
Blackfire and you went to down stance, you had a guaranteed guard break every single time, because reacting to that down stance, Blackfire didn't have anything he could do to actually beat that guard break. So now Blackfire does down and then heavy right away. If you try to guard break, you're gonna get hit by that heavy unblockable. So it gives Blackfire a little bit more safety
That's
here.
good.
Lets him use that attack a little bit more often, and makes him a little bit less vulnerable as well in these kinds of situations.
Nice. EP's going to be good this season, man.
Yeah.
With the dodge attack as well.
Warmonger, right? So Warmonger.
Being a popular pick in Jules.
The War Mommy, yeah. So her heavy finishers now gain uninterruptible stance. That's armor for people at 100 ms. It used to be much later. This is to be like a lot more in line with other heroes we've been doing that have that type of armor in their finishers. Should let her trade with dodge attacks a lot better.
Brain Claw now deals 8
safety
bleed
in
damage.
group fights, let her land those heavies. So that's very good. And then we've done changes to Praying Claw. So Praying Claw used to be just a regular bash, didn't really do anything. Slashes you with her claws. So what we've done is that Praying Claw itself now deals 8 bleed damage up front.
He said War Mummy, did he?
To compensate,
Did he say War Mummy?
lowered the damage of the stab and the slash for light and heavy follow-ups by 8, so that you still deal the same amount of damage when you're doing those follow-ups, but at least you're gonna get a little bit of bleed.
The bash bleeds? What?
Helps you
That's-
synergize with like
that's so good.
bleed
I mean, it
heroes,
makes
so like
sense.
Bushi, Shaman, Peacekeeper, all that sort of stuff. So we're
It
hoping
makes
it'll
sense
give her
'cause
a
she's
little
got
bit
the
of
fucking
utility,
claws,
maybe
right?
Create some new team comps, and at the same time make the hero just better in general, having a little
Wow.
bit from them.
What a change. Holy shit. Did not expect
And then we
that.
save the best for last, of course.
Did not expect that.
Yeah.
Daddy.
Yeah, right. So Griffon, again,
Peace, Daddy.
Veterans Lessons, which is the heavy finishers, they gain uninterruptible stance at 100 ms, down from 5. Again, it's to be able to trade better.
Wow.
You have more safety in group fights. That works quite well.
Oh,
we
getting the
also
Magi
have
treatment.
Mighty Cleaver, which is side dodge heavies. So the miss recoveries are a little
Holy
bit faster,
fuck.
and you now gain defense at 500 ms, so it makes them a lot safer, right? Whenever you do them, you would be left wide open for a super long period of time. So now target swapping those attacks in group fights should work way better. Should have more effectiveness. So that's kind of the idea here for Griffon. So that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Wow.
That was a lot that we covered.
Crazy.
And,
Like,
you
some
know,
good
If
changes.
you want to go back and read some other things, or if there's anything that you missed, you can
Nice,
always go ahead and
Jeej.
read the patch notes over on our
Yeah.
website. And we'll make sure we have everything there listed and everything all nice and tidy for you. But JC, how you feeling?
I'm feeling really good. Like, honestly, this is really cool. And there's one more thing I'd
Really
like to
interesting
announce
changes there, man.
quickly. We're aware that a lot of players are asking for Jormungandr rework, and I can confirm when it's coming in a testing grounds. Not for this season, unfortunately, because we're taking our time with him. We want to make sure that we get to the right spot with the hero, and present something that's going to make a lot more sense. So it'll be coming up, not in this season, in the future. But we have not forgotten about you, Yorm players. Definitely not. We know a lot of players love the hero, love the fashion, love everything about the hero. It's super cool. We love him too. And sometimes, things change, and we want to make sure that we get want to find the right direction for the hero. So we're taking a little bit more time with it, but still we're going to get there. It should be super awesome.
All right, so Yorm rework is coming in
Yeah.
future. We will obviously update whenever we are ready to talk about it. But you just talked a lot about patch notes, so grab some water. I'm gonna grab Alex for the testing ground segment. So you
Ooh,
watch
testing
it. Don't go
grounds. Let's
anywhere.
go.
I'll be right back.
All right, thanks.
All right, let's see what they've got in store for us for the testing grounds, man. I'm excited for this one. Excited for this one.
Welcome back to the show, JC. How you doing? How you doing?
Pretty good. Still, hanging on, so it's all good.
Got your water? You hydrated? Feeling good?
Yeah, I got everything I need.
Awesome. Because we're about to be talking about testing grounds. So this is going to be a good one. So testing grounds will be launching with the launch of the Demon Dagger on September 15th, going all the way until September 22nd. So you've got a nice long week to go ahead and test out all of the changes. And JC, we're actually doing some pretty interesting changes. We're doing 2 reworks and then a combat change.
2 reworks.
Go ahead and walk us through it.
Yeah, so we're doing
I reckon Yarmungand is one of them.
Rework for Valkyrie, a rework for Tiandi, and also we're testing out some changes to counter guard break. See how that feels. Super hyped for
Wait, what?
It was really interesting.
Valkyrie and Tiandi?
Same here. So we've been doing something a little bit different with our testing ground segments on the Den. JC and Alex have created a video showcasing the reworks, going in depth with them, talking about them, and we're gonna go ahead and let that roll. And then we'll come back, give our final thoughts, and continue on with the show. So, JC, you ready?
Yep.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right. Hello, everybody.
Wow, Valkyrie.
So today we're going to be looking at changes that are coming to the testing grounds. We're going to have Valkyrie changes, Tiandi changes, and counter guard break changes. So first up, we're going to start with Valkyrie. So Valkyrie is one of our older heroes. She doesn't have that much offense. A lot of her stuff can be dodged on one timing. Sweep doesn't really work.
Neutral bash.
So we're really trying to give her better openers, and also to give her better pressure and offense in general. And for that, we're going to start with Shield Crush and Shield Tackle. So we've actually removed Shield Crush in this testing rounds and replaced it with Shield Tackle. And you can no longer do Shield Tackle from back dodge, right? So right now I just did back dodge and guard break. You can't do it anymore from this, but you can now do it from front dodge.
Oh wow. What?
So if you do heavy, you can soft feint into Shield Tackle. You can do zone, soft feint into Shield Tackle. Wait, it didn't work there. There we go. So everywhere where you could use Shield Crush, you can now use Shield Tackle instead. Shield Tackle also now guarantees a light when it lands. It still blocks attacks like before. So there we go. You can also now dodge out of it. So that gives you a little bit more defensive options.
Interesting.
So that's quite interesting. And what's also cool with it is that now we have a new kind of mix-up that we've never really had before, which is if your opponent thinks that you're going to Shield Tackle, they can just guard break and to try to beat your Shield Tackle attempt, right? There you go. So that works. But if I let my heavy go and they attempt a guard break, my heavy is going to land instead. So we're really trying to do something a little bit different here. That has more impact on Valkyrie, gives her a better reason to use Shield Tackle, and it's kind of like using maybe like a charge attack as a soft feint or something. So it's kind of interesting, and it really pushes a attack while you're defending and defend while you're attacking mindset that we really wanted to have for Valkyrie. That's super different. It feels really cool. I can't wait for people to try it out. And other thing to know is that as usual, that light that you have here leads to sweep, leads to everything. Basically, it counts as a second hit in the chain. So using that, you can really go into your sweep a lot more often and have those mix-ups work quite well. So speaking of sweep, it is now 500 milliseconds instead of 6. To make it a lot less reactable, should work quite much better. It no longer unbalances allies or multiple opponents, so it only really unbalances the character you are locked onto. We made that change because we have to choose between one or the other. And unbalancing allies made so that ganking when you're using sweep was much more difficult because you risked unbalancing your friends and your allies.
I like that.
And then they couldn't get guaranteed damage.
So now you get a fucking sweep by a teammate, Valk.
And last but not least, the sweep follow-up is now frame advantage, right? So now if I mash light and my opponent mashes light, see, as you see here, I was able to hit them almost on the way coming back up. They can still block, right? So if I go a top light here, it's still blockable. But I have frame advantage, so it lets Valkyrie really keep the offense up. Using sweep in 1v1 situations will really help you, and keeping that frame advantage really helps Valkyrie in this position. Then we have Pouncing Thrust and Hunter Strike. So Pouncing Thrust has more range now, a lot more range, so that's quite good. And they're now all enhanced as well, So
Oh,
as you see
enhanced,
here, like,
nice. That's good.
really, like, you're going to get interrupted on block. Lets Valkyrie really go further into her chains, be able to sweep, really initiate a lot more. Her side dodge lights, so pouncing thrusts now have more forward movement as well. So they used to be quite bad. Like, they didn't really hit forward much. She didn't really move a lot. So with this, you really have a lot more forward movement. They also have more side movement, right? So if you do it like this, she moves more to the side, so that's good. And they also now have proper iframes. It's kind of hard to show here, but the idea is that with those iframes, let's go like this, yeah.
Oh,
it makes
nice.
it a lot easier for
Blocked.
you to be able to dodge and properly do dodge attacks with this in group fights and a lot of different situations, so it works quite well. Then we have something for attacks. So all of her heavy attacks have more forward movement now. It doesn't really show, but one of the big things that used to happen is if you did a side light, a left light into heavy feint to guard break, it wouldn't work. You couldn't catch people because they didn't have enough forward movement. So now that those heavies have more forward movement, you reach forward a lot more. You're able to target swap, hit more opponents. Works quite well. We've also updated all the trajectories on our side heavies, both neutral, chained, and finishers, to be able to hit external opponents much better. We've also updated
More forward movement misses.
Chained and finishers.
Yeah, I
to
noticed
500
that.
MS, right? So they used to be 4. So these used to be 400 MS, and the problem that we run into this is that at low level, 400 MS lights are really, really hard to work with. Already 500 are a little bit hard to react to for a lot of players. And we want players to at least have a chance to be able to block sometimes, right? But then when they're 400, it's a lot harder. And then at high level, the players are good enough that they're able to block top. And then if it's a side, they react and block the side. And if it's not a side, they just keep blocking top and they still block it. So that didn't work either. So with everything at 500, it incentivizes Valkyrie to do more heavies, do more into the shield tackle type of things, but still be able to use them and not be as frustrating at low level. Last but not least, in terms of attacks, we've also normalized recoveries of all of our chain attacks to be between 700 and 800 MS everywhere. It's a bit of a quality of life change, but it really helps Valkyrie be a little bit more safe in group fights and when outnumbered. We also have zone attack. So the trajectory for the first step for zone attack is now 500 MS instead of 6. So that makes a big difference. It makes it a lot more usable. And we've also updated the trajectories for both hits. Again, so they match the weapon better. You can hit more people externally and have a lot more control over fights with this. And finally, the last change we want to look at Valkyrie is Hunter's Rush, which is a sprint attack. So Valkyrie's sprint attack now initiates chains. So you can go Hunter's Rush into heavy, this, and so you can do all sorts of stuff with it. So it really helps her initiate when out of lock a lot better using her sprint attack to get into her chains and let her initiate some more. So that's it for Valkyrie. Next up, we're going to look at Tiandi. Okay, so now let's look at Tiandi, right?
Let's
so
not.
For Tiandi,
No, I'm just kidding.
we really want to focus on
might
the
be good.
dodge specialist aspect of the hero, as well as improving the hero's offense. Like Tiandi had like some limited dodge cancels here and there. It really didn't live up to the dodge specialist name. And on top
Interesting.
of that, his offense was a little bit lacking. It was difficult to open up people and get into the groove and really have proper offense with the hero. So we're looking at those two main aspects. So first up, we have flow like water, basically recovery cancels. So Tiandi can now recovery cancel every single attack into a dodge at 300 MS, right? So you can do light into a dodge. You can do heavy into another heavy into a dodge if you want. You can even do it off of like Palm Strike or Dragon Kick that we're going to look into a little bit later. So essentially, we really wanted to have
Havoc's main.
really be a good specialist into having dodge cancels. They're a little bit slower than other dodge cancels. They're being at 3, Pirate and Orochi are at 2, and Xeno's at 3. So we're really trying to like find a little different common ground for these, but this is really interesting. Works quite well and gives a lot of interesting things. Next up, we have Palm Strike. So Palm Strike used to be on Backwalk and Guard Break. We've actually now put it on Front Dodge Guard Break instead. The reason for that being that at low level, the back guard break attacks are a little bit problematic because they're really hard to react to at low level, but they're also fully reactable at high level, and so that makes them not very good. They're okay as interrupt tools, kinda, but not really. So we really wanted to have it to be in a much more standardized position. So from dodge guard break works quite well.
I think that
And the
makes it
other
more
cool thing
reactable,
with that
right?
is that
At a high
because it's
level,
now front dodge,
especially.
you can do
I don't know,
interesting
man.
mix-ups like dodge cancels your attack into palm strike, reset your chain, keep going to what you have. So Tiandi really goes much further with this. It might look like a strange change for some, but we really feel that having that off of that dodge really opens up Tiandi quite a bit. We've also removed the unique follow-up it had. So when you do on live, when you do a palm strike, you used to have a heavy follow-up that was armored, top only. You could target swap, but it was a bit weird. And
Bait with
the
a forward
problem with
dodge,
that move was
yeah.
that because it had like strange properties where it couldn't be parried. If the palm strike landed and you did that heavy against your opponent, the opponent that the palm strike landed on, that attack was unparryable. So that was kind of hard to read. And the other real niche move that it had was that it could kind of trade with dodge attacks if somebody was doing a dodge attack against your palm strike, for example. But because you now have access to both dodge cancels here, if you want to dodge attack somebody who dodged it, then you can do that. And you can also, if you still want that armor somewhere, you can dodge cancel a dodge for it heavy, which still has armor. So you can
Mix-ups.
do palm, target swap, dodge for it heavy, and do all that sort of thing. So that still works quite well. So we really felt like that specific attack was no longer necessary, as it forced Tiandi down a very specific path that we didn't want. And the last thing that we have with palm strike is that actually it now leads to heavy finishers that you can change your stances to as well. So you can do like a left heavy finisher, right heavy finisher, same for lights. So now you can actually do this and hit somebody on the side with a trajectory if you like, whereas before that was completely impossible. So we really want to give
What do you guys think of this?
Viability in those outnumbered situations, be able to use those side heavy finishers, hit people externally, and get into that move. So next up we have Dragon Kick.
I quite like that,
So Dragon
actually.
Kick
It's
was
alright,
a bit
it's
of a
pretty
weird
good.
move in that, yeah, you could kind of ledge with it. You can like push somebody into a wall and maybe get a follow up. Maybe luckily get it, like land a kick on somebody, lands next to one of your allies, they get a heavy on him.
I do think
But
that's
it's still,
better.
like in most situations, it was actually better for the defender to just get hit by the Dragon Kick or react to Kensei doing to Tiandi rather, doing a soft feint dodge or whatever. So we've done two things to really help remedy this, right? So Dragon Kick can now be feinted. So you
Oh,
can just straight up feint Dragon Kick and go for a guard break if you'd like to catch dodge attempts.
that's better.
And it also now a dedicated follow-up on heavy
What the fuck?
so that every time you do land a Dragon Kick, you do get a heavy attack afterwards. So now there's an actual incentive for the opponent to
that's
actually
cool.
want to try to deal with it and do something instead of just taking it and just taking no damage or very low damage. So we
Holy
really tried to
shit.
get Dragon Kick to be a much more threatening move for Tiandi. And then we now have side dragon dodges. So they used to be 1100 MS, so that's super slow. They couldn't, like, it was really difficult to really punish bashes, faster attacks with side dragon dodges, side dodge heavies. For
I like
example.
that.
Because the problem that we started having.
Wow, that's
is
quick.
that because
Fucking
it's
hell.
so slow, a lot of bashes could just miss. You would do that move, and then your opponent will be able to block in time almost every single time. With them being faster, they're now 800 MS, so they should be able to catch a lot more
Fucking hell, that's
bashes when you
quick.
dodge them at the right timing. But to do that, we also remove the extended dodge properties because it's faster. Having extended dodge properties on that move is kind of crazy. You were able to like side dodge quite a bit. It was super strong. We've also
Holy
lowered the side
shit.
movement a little bit. It's still good.
Someone's
but
got to do a
it's still
POV to Andy, like,
but
fucking
as
hyper
Alex
remix now.
Tiffany was graciously playing with me right now to show you the changes.
I might be the guy to do that.
Showed you
I'm
can
gonna do
still
it.
soft feint it right into a dodge. So and you can still feint the attack as well. So it's not like the move changed a little bit. You can still use it in a lot of situations. but
Copywriting
it
that
should
shit
now
right
be
now.
actually useful at beating bashes. And like we've seen, you can do like really crazy shenanigans where you do side dodge heavy into front dodge palm into a lot of stuff. So again, this really opens up
Jeez.
Tiandi quite a bit to do a lot of crazy, interesting shenanigans there, and go there. So the last things we want to look at are quality of life changes on Tiandi. So first up is finishers on when you're out of lock are now side attacks. They used to be top, so you can do into heavy there.
Oh.
So that should help Tiandi get a much better minion clear without having to resort to having like dodge cancels or sort of stuff. You can now go. And
This is
Mash heavy.
Much better than the Vault one, I think.
Better lane clearing abilities. We've also improved the trajectories for the side heavy finishers. It's kind of hard to show right now, but they're way better at catching external opponents. Again, they match the weapon better as well, so it's a big improvement there for Tiandi. And we've also removed all the stamina damage and stamina pauses on all of his bashes, so on Palm, on Dragon Kick. There's no longer stamina damage or pause. We also removed the stun on Dragon Kick because it didn't really do anything.
I've explained right now, bro.
A lot of like small changes for quality of life, and then the other changes which don't seem like much, but really help the character.
Oh, he's gonna be more pain.
Like,
no, I'm just kidding.
Flow, better offense.
I think it is really good.
So hopefully the character is gonna be much stronger in the future.
I think that's really good, man.
Look at counter guard break changes.
As much as I hate fucking
counter guard break changes.
As much as I hate Tiandi,
we've done a small change where whenever you
I won't be playing it now.
You now have frame advantage for 1 frame, right? And we also push opponents a little bit less far. So I'm going to guard break Alex here. You can counter guard break, right? So we'll push that a little bit less far, but also the person that did the counter guard break has frame advantage for 1 frame. That might not seem like a big change, but what it does do is that, let's say I'm going to guard break Alex, he's going to counter guard break, and then I'm going to mash guard break, and he's going to throw a heavy, and let's see what happens.
Oh.
See, so on live right now, so you saw that I did a guard break, I fully buffered it. My guard break bounced and the heavy landed, right?
The amount of times I get guard broke out of my heavy after that.
A frame advantage lets your opponent, lets the person that did the counter guard break, throw out anything but a light or a guard break. You can do like other options, but basically the idea is that like right now on live, whenever somebody guard breaks, if your opponent counter guard breaks, the only thing either player can do is throw a light. Because guard break will catch anything else. It'll catch heavies, it'll catch dodges, it'll catch absolutely everything. And so it makes it that you end up becoming very predictable. And guard break becomes a very good tool to really stop offense.
That's good that you don't get punished for making the read that they're going to guard break again.
You have more options. It doesn't mean that you don't get guaranteed damage or anything, but you have more options. It makes you less predictable.
The amount of times.
And so it doesn't make sure that you're always going to throw a light. That then you know it's a light, so you can always parry it, and you get into that route where, especially at a high level, guard breaks were becoming a problem, and people would just like mash guard break all the time. And the only thing you could really do is either light or guard break, and it didn't quite work. So with this change, you can really land heavies afterwards. You can do a lot of different things.
I like that.
And the other thing you can do is that you can do. We'll show it with Alex right now. If I throw a guard break and he counter guard breaks, I'm gonna try to back roll, and you'll see that he can mash guard break to actually catch my back roll. So let's look at it this way. See, so I tried to back roll here, and his guard break caught me. So it means that it's much harder to also to defend yourself with a dodge or with different options after your opponent counters your guard break. We did this so we want to have guard breaks still be useful in the game, right? They're still very good. They still guarantee heavies. None of that changed. But we want it to be that there is a little bit of risk associated to it, and the person that actually successfully defended has a bit more of an advantage here. So that's going to be it for Testing Grounds. I really want to give a big shout out to Alex. Unfortunately,
I like that change. That's nice.
He can only be my body bag right now. So, but thank you very much.
And I like the Tiandi changes.
Technical issues where
Vance, all right.
The video
we'll have to test
it. Call, but he graciously accepted to be there with me so we can record this session. So thank you, Alex. And we'll see you guys back into the Warriors then.
Awesome.
And there we have it, JC. Thank you so much to you and Alex for being able to go through that. Everything looks super awesome. Do you have like any final thoughts that you want to share before we move
shit
on?
Uploaded.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm super excited to
get that uploaded quick for the views, man.
We're trying new things with Valkyries that should be really interesting there, and the counter guard break stuff too. And I'm really psyched for all of this stuff. I just want to say again, I mentioned it in the video, but I want to reiterate it. A big thank you to Alex. Unfortunately, we had some technical issues. He couldn't be with me on video and with audio when we were recording, but he was still in front of me fighting, and we were like talking to each other at the same time. So that was all good. So thanks very much, Alex, and I look forward to getting everybody's feedback.
Oh yes, definitely. Feedback's going to be a huge thing, part of the Testing Grounds, as it always is. We are going to be putting together a survey for the Testing Grounds, so once it's up, you see it on the Reddit. Definitely be sure to get your thoughts in throughout the Testing Grounds, not just in the beginning. We want to obviously see.
Jump on the new shit quick, boys. That's where the views are at.
So, JC, Alex, thank you so much for going over the Testing Grounds. super excited for everyone to try the changes out on September 15th. And you sitting in that chair or in the car or doing whatever, don't go anywhere, because up next we'll be back with Brian and 2 very special guests for a competitive update. So
I'm supposed to watch this again on Havoc's upload version. It's literally, honestly, it's for the people that don't like make it to the stream, or you know, the people that are at work or whatever. It's just easier for them to jump in straight to the segment that they want to watch, you know.
Salutations, everyone. Welcome to Into the Fray for the year 2022. We're back, 2 years in the making.
Nice flip, kills one, gets the other one low, and gank.
2 down for Wu-Tan, flash break.
That's with the quality, man.
This could be it.
Oh, what a gank!
Let's go!
Oh my god!
Clean as a whistle.
Lone Raider in B.
Yo!
The drop attack!
Yeah,
I was like, there's no way that's gonna reach.
And a mistake you cannot afford to make as we play games. They wasted
Oh
so
my
much
God!
time.
Ooh! Comes out of the full block just in time to grab the light parry.
Down the line,
Jungle
go.
lineup breaking, break and run as quick as they can.
Oh,
C-point gets grabbed.
Range almost dead.
Discipline there from Shiggy Bees.
Ooh.
Deflect as well on the recovery. Let's
Ooh.
go!
Oh, nice.
Oh no.
Oh no.
However, finisher heavies for Nusha are incredibly rare to hit. Although I say that, you get one immediately. Noir wants to go for the setup. He gets it.
Ooh, we. If it's a reverse scoreboard, he's doing really well right here.
Oh, yep. Oh, good power surprise.
Oh,
No,
Hey,
I thought for sure.
Black Rose Legion threatening a 1. No! He blew himself up.
Minions then blow someone up.
Oh no!
Oh, going to Suplex City.
Setmix does have it unlocked on me, and I believe that was already used a while ago. That's a catapult! What the? This is it! They just need to kill Vision!
They've got it! They've got it! They somehow managed to clutch it out in the end and to win the first place of Into the Fray. What an incredible end to our tournament, ladies and gentlemen. Auto Hockey are your victors here today.
America's #1, baby. It's number 1.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that.
Oh, Spaniard and Nutella are on.
tasty
Cool.
testing grounds section that we just had. We are joined now
Yo, thanks,
by
Ungamunga.
Mr. Nutella and the Filthy Spaniard to talk about competitive. Welcome to the show, y'all. Thanks for showing up and joining us.
Well, thanks you very much for having us.
So I guess right out of the gate, since we're going to be talking about Into the Fray, why don't we give a quick recap of what we do in Into the Fray, what the game mode is.
Yep, so we have just finished the Into the Fray 2022 tournament series. Last month, we had it every weekend for a month. It was a 4v4 Dominion tournament on all platforms, with split into 2 groups, a amateur group and a pro group. So we had 3 tournaments in 2 parts each for the amateurs. So amateur PC 1 and 2, 2 on Xbox, 2 on PlayStation, and then we also had a final pro tournament, which is a round robin for the PC pros.
So 3 tournaments, 1 for each platform, right?
Yeah, more like 6
split into 2, or
1
yeah,
for each platform.
2
for each platform.
2 per platform, 6 in total.
Yeah, maths
console,
or
PC.
Yeah.
So yeah, and we had like a great turnout, right? We had a bunch of casters.
I love Nutella. Me too, man.
Yeah, we had first off, I've got to
Especially
say
on
thanks to all
toast.
the casters who joined us. We had a
Ooh,
whole
caster
bunch of
lineup.
amazing people. Not only Verbalocity and Vivid Naz. heading up
Fucking Normie's
the,
fucking
the
profile picture
pro
with
broadcast.
some wallows.
Verbalocity was on all of the broadcasts, and we had a bunch of guest casters: Norgos, Marco Yolo, Normie, Freeze, Cobra, King Angelus, Jones, and myself. I appeared a few times.
Cobra's profile picture is pretty cool.
Until Verb kicked me out of the casting booth for making inappropriate comments.
And you know, I gotta love Freeze in there as a caster and an analyst. Everyone's favorite Bond villain. I think we had Normie was
Bond
also an
villain.
analyst, right?
Yeah, Normie did analyst for the pro tournament. Yeah, it was really good to have his expertise on the show. He did a great job. I think we all enjoyed it. And
That's a
yeah,
good
we had a
caster
bunch
lineup,
of
man.
players. I think it was over 600 players entered the tournaments overall. and it went really well. I think everybody who took part said they had a great time, apart from a few rule breakers. But what can we do about those guys?
They always think they're going to get away with it.
Yeah, they do, but they don't. They don't. We spot them. Exactly.
All my homies hate rule breakers. So give us a quick reminder of how Conquest works for those who maybe are just like, wait, what? The End of the Fray was the thing? What's Conquest?
Right, we want to take it away, Nutella.
Well, Conquest is a format which allows you to win only once with a set of heroes. So you can play 4 heroes, and then once you win that match, you can't play those 4 heroes in that set again. The enemy team can still play those heroes that they played before. And the point of it is to diversify your picks and force you to have a wider range of picks of 8 heroes instead of just 4. We saw people enjoying it more in our chats, and people actually
definitely the best rules, I think.
Yeah, there were loads of crazy characters we saw. Not crazy characters. We saw a lot more heroes than we normally would see in a tournament. I do recall some teams pulled out a Jormungandr in the Xbox finals. That was and Anusha as well. I think those ones, they were very confident though. So we did see lots of others.
I thought we'd see more conks in there because you can't spell Conquest without conk. But I was really surprised with the diversity of picks. So tell us what's going on with Into the Fray. Like, what's the
results? The results. Well, we have that to show first.
So the results, we had 63 teams turning out for the PC tournament, the first one, with Pretty Amateur taking it and being welcomed into our pro leagues. New Home coming second, OS coming third, and Toxic Waste coming fourth. So big congrats to those people. Then we have the second PC tournament, where we had 39 teams show up, with Silver Guilings taking it and going to our pro league, Astro coming up close, Hillbillies trying their best, and Toxic Waste returning from the previous.
Such a good name.
Yeah, we love the Hillbillies. They're good fun.
Yeah. Then we have our Xbox tournament with 36 teams. We had the Smooth Brains, who are a widely renowned.
That's my team. Consolians for PC. That's me.
Their name. They're actually quite smart.
That's my team.
Clan Wu-Tang, Ashes number 2, and insert name here, which wasn't confusing for us at all.
Yeah, but it was nice thing about this one is it showed that you didn't require any teamwork or any skill to place in the top 8 teams for an Xbox tournament, which was always nice to see for an amateur tournament.
Savage.
You didn't have to do any of that, bro.
Well, they said it themselves.
Okay, that's there. I thought you were just coming out swinging.
No, I loved it.
That was fun, man. Fun tournament.
All right, I think we got more though.
Yep.
Next up,
we have more. We have the second Xbox tournament with 26 teams turning out. Zero Requiem taking it and becoming new pros. Infinite Tempo, Wu-Tang Clan. Insert name here, still reprising their 4th place role. And big congrats to them for training again.
Shout out to Unga Bunga. What a name.
I think they had a Lawbringer, a guy called Lawbringer Main Bro or somebody, and he was great. We enjoyed watching him.
Then on PlayStation, we had 46 teams, with GMs Are Cringe taking it, Casuals coming second, very closely though, Major Mind Games in 3rd place, and Nurses in 4th.
And then it just goes to show Light Spam isn't always.
Yeah, I went to the Xbox tournament just for fun.
PlayStation because they only came 7th.
We got more, right?
Yeah. Second PlayStation tournament, Casuals took the 1st place, as they wanted to basically win the first time around. They took it the second time. Anna then came second, a pretty strong team. Major Mind Games were 3rd, and Smiley's OP in the 4th spot. We then move over to our pro teams. So we had Autohotkey, an NA team finally beating out EU, establishing their dominance, showing that NA is in fact better than EU, at least for this tournament.
Yeah, America #1, baby.
Yep. And then we had the Sussy crewmates, who sadly got ejected at the very end playoff. Kung Fu Panda Sheesh, who proved that they were a very strong team, but they sadly couldn't take the 1st or 2nd spot. The Team Killing Service, who even managed to take a round out.
Did the series,
from Sussy crewmates.
Played the PC as well.
And then Pretty Amateur,
with
our previous amateur team.
Nova King, John Delina,
who came from the
Kenzo.
first PC tournament. They placed quite well, coming 5th spot. And
they managed to take a map off every single team they played against, except Sussy crewmates. So they did really, really well.
They gave every team a run for their money.
Yeah, I knew Hoto Hockey
No
was going to win,
Worries,
man.
who had a very crowd favorite Centurion.
I called
pick.
it before the.
And then Silver
tournament.
Garlings, which was our second amateur team, who did do decently well, but sadly came really low down. And then GB4 Tier 2, which had to drop out on the second day.
Yeah, so Nutella mentions the second day. This tournament we did for the Pro one was a slightly different format than our normal one. It was actually a round robin rather than an elimination type bracket. So we have, I think, to show the standings that, of the total points that the teams got. And as you can see, at the end of the first day, the top 4 teams were all tied with each other on points with 3 wins and 1 loss, which was crazy hype. And on the second day, we ended up having to do first place and third place playoffs between the first 2 teams. So it was all really close and really exciting and a great watch. And the VODs are on YouTube on the Discord Dojo channel if you want to catch
Discord
up.
Dojo
It's
channel.
so nice
Check
to
those
see
out,
it
guys.
represented like that because you can just see like, oh, okay, yeah, these 2 are on the same level. Those
There are actually
2
some
are
fun
on the same
matches,
level,
like
and
really
it's,
entertaining to
tight
watch.
in there.
Yeah, it was very close, and well, I'm glad you enjoyed the graphics. That
How long's the stream been on for?
You're welcome.
Like 1.5 hours.
All right, so I mean that was a lot to go through.
No, that's pretty much it now, I think.
If you're not interested in competitive, I'm not going to apologize because Into the Fray was kind of meant for everyone to get into it. So in that, we had some giveaways to kind of open up interest in it. So why don't we do a quick recap on what?
Yeah,
this
as
is.
well as the total prize pool, which was $10,000 of $1,000 for each amateur tournament and $4,000 for the pro tournament. We also had steel prizes for for the amateur tournaments, and every single player who participated is going to be awarded this Might of the Scarab outfit with a really nice battle outfit, ornament, and cool mood effect. Unfortunately, we don't have the rotating Black Prior in this slideshow as we did on the stream, but he was a crowd favorite for certain. This outfit will be given to all the players in, I think, the mid-season patch for this season. So it's not ready just yet, but it's coming out soon, and we will be sending the codes your way. And
Nice.
also we gave some
So
away
good.
to viewers as well. Yeah, it's very
I've already used that color palette, and the effect is really nice. And yeah, it's just I was like, this is awesome because we don't have a terrible lot of like that.
Am I going to play
yellow.
today? No, I'm going to my girlfriend's after this.
goes well with Medjet. Yeah.
I'm going to watch the new House of the Dragon
fashion
episode.
Expands.
Yeah, you have to compete to get the best fashion. That's
So what? I guess like, what's the future? We want people to give feedback. Like, where did they go? Where did they give us the
well,
feedbacks?
we have not got another tournament yet to announce for Into the Fray, but we are always planning things. Always
Yeah, they
thinking
showed
about
the battle
stuff.
pass at the
And
beginning
we
of
are
this
going to bring out some
stream.
Surveys. They might already be out at the time this goes live. To get your feedback, find out what you want, what you enjoyed about the tournaments, what you would like to see changed, what more we can do in future to improve them. And yeah, we come along to the Discord Dojo in particular. We will be doing some like feedback sessions there. There's lots of exciting things in the future coming soon.
It was a
Ian.
pretty good stream considering
And
all
just
the
as an
juicy stuff's
additional
phase
shout
2.
out to the dojo. The dojo is
mid-season,
going to be
like.
central to a lot of things competitive this year because we've had Into the Fray, we've got Pro-Ams.
They've not
coming
showed
up,
the skin yet because
which will have more
it's
info
not out
on
until mid-season, October.
soon, TM. And so make sure you get involved with the dojo, jump in there, improve on your skill set, find people to match up with and practice against and provide feedback to each other, get updates
That's in
the future.
it's in
of the
6
Fray,
weeks, right?
Pro-Ams, and other things when they return.
Yeah.
That might start with a D and an S. And so yeah, join the dojo. Just do it. It's free. It's free real estate.
It's free, and there's some great people there. I've got a big shout out to my boy Rippy and Jones.
No, it's 5
for his
weeks.
Coaching sessions and
Yeah.
watch parties for the for the Interfray. They help a lot of teams improve and power their way through the tournament. So yeah, come along. It's good fun. I like it.
Yep.
Only 5 weeks,
thank
man.
you
It's not
so
long,
much
really.
for joining me.
If you think
on
about it.
the Warriors Den today, you two. It's always fun to get to see and interact and talk with you guys. We had a lot of fun during the live den, so great to see you guys again. Thank you so much for.
Well,
for
thank
joining.
you so much for having us back. It's an absolute.
Yeah.
All right, and we will be right back with a wrap up. Let's do it.
Alright. Well, well, speaking of wraps, I'm gonna get some food, man. Alright guys, well I'm going to end it there because yeah, we've pretty much seen everything that they have to offer for this stream, so once again, thanks for hanging out, appreciate yous. So yeah man, I'm going to go and get some food now and chill. It was a pretty good stream considering, like I said, all the juicy stuff's in Update 2. You know, the hero skin, crossplay phase 2. The seasonal event. Oh, the seasonal events at the start of the launch. Okay. But yeah, another testing grounds as well in October, which is pretty cool. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. I'm gonna go and chill now. And I will catch you all next time. All right, take care and bye bye.